life altogether. So we thought we would start off with this just as a basis and then we can move forward from here. So it is a very simple little presentation. I just want you to think about what I'm going to say tonight. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. We're not setting goals. We're not doing anything. I just want you to take what I say away and actually really think about it. I'm going to put a twist to the mindset that they all have told us about. I'm going to bring something different in. So this is what I want you to take out of this and just, have a little think. And Les also can share his thoughts later on. So let's see if I can work this little thing. Okay, so our mindset is our core beliefs and attitudes, which this shapes the way that we think about ourselves, others, and situations. Now, a lot of you guys on this call probably already know all this stuff and you've probably got a good handle of it, but somewhere through life we always have doubt or, our beliefs do go off track. So bear with us, and hopefully you'll pick something out of it tonight anyway. So what is most important is self-talk. How do we talk to ourselves basically? Do we tell ourselves that we can do this, or do we have doubts? Do we believe we can't do it? What is your self-talk? What do you tell yourself? Also, what do you think of others? Is there jealousy? Is there judgmental? So out of this slide, I just want you to realize, just start to think and start to be aware of actually how you're thinking about yourself, about others, and certain situations. When something happens, how do you react to it? Because every action has a reaction. What we put out there usually generally comes back to us. So I want you to first of all, start to be aware of the thought patterns that you have. And just, be aware of the self-talk. So, if you approach someone about Amplivo and the business and they say no to us, what do you tell yourself? What's your reaction to that? And, what do you actually say to yourself? It doesn't work. See, it doesn't work, or things like that. So just be aware of that and start to actually really become aware of what you're thinking to yourself. So, as I said, how do you respond to failure? So if someone says no, how do you respond to it? What do you say to yourself? Do you blame yourself for it? What did I do? What didn't I do? Could I have done something better? Could I have not? Are we motivated, to take the steps that we need to do? So, and do we believe we can take on new challenges? And this doesn't only apply for the business, this applies to life in everything. So that mindset doesn't apply just to one part in life and in your area. It applies to everywhere, not just the business. So, and as I said, yes, once again, how do you relate to others and situations? So just be aware of those thoughts that coming in. So the good old affirmations, we've all heard about this, right? Like, think this way and everything will change. The statement that you think, that's what you want to create. But do they really work? I'm not saying they don't get me wrong. But there's also got to be extra things that go with these affirmations to actually get to where you want to go. So the affirmations are great. I'm successful. I can do this. It's all good, positive mind thinking, but we need to actually then add on to these affirmations to be able to create success and get to where we want to be. So we all know that when we want to go somewhere or have a goal, we want to achieve in our business, we all want to get to that senior executive, associate, 1-star, 2-star, on and on. So we have a goal. That's the goal. Then we all know we need to put in action to get the end result. So we've got our plan, right? We set our goal and we take the actions. It's usually what we do. Set the plan, we want to get there, we put the goals in place, and then we start to work out the actions we need to get there. Do we get to the end result that we wanted? Sometimes we do, some people do, but sometimes no. Why?
Did you want me to interrupt whenever you want? I wanted to.
Why? If you want to interrupt, or you can wait till after, take notes. Take notes.
I,
Take notes. Or
I
do you
don't
want
know.
to answer? You want to answer,
Myself personally, I like it when
you want to
there's a
answer
bit
the
more
question,
interaction
don't
instead
you?
of just somebody doing a big long speech, you know.
Yeah, you can do
But
that.
I just thought that was funny because you were talking about the goals of 1 star and 2 star, and everyone on this call's got a bigger goal than that.
Yeah, I know we do, but let's
I know
start.
you got to keep it down a bit lower for some people.
Okay, so why doesn't it work sometimes, Les? Let's make it interactive. I'll ask you questions. Why doesn't it work sometimes? Some people reach their goals, some people don't. Why?
I'm going to go on a limb and say belief.
Oh, star bonus for you.
My little saying is if you don't have, like I put in the chat group, if you don't have, like, we all probably, anybody that's been in this space for a little while, they all at least know in theory what they need to do to get some sort of results and some success starting. But
Correct.
even though you know it, you still don't get that success. And that's because if you don't have belief in yourself, belief in the opportunity, belief in what you're doing, then you can't fully commit. And if you don't fully commit, you just don't get the results.
Correct. You get 10 points, Les. Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Do you like my little bear? So bear with me,
Why is
guys.
he hiding?
Let me explain. Bear with me. Don't you like my little presentation? I absolutely love it. I thought I did
Yeah,
so
we
well.
got the bear joke. It was funny. Keep going.
Okay, let me explain. So you're right. You have to have the positive thought. We've got to set goals. We've got to just basically what Les just said was the next slide, right? We know what we have to do. We start to put it all in place. So, and we have not only to do with the business, it's weight loss, it's everything, going to the gym, it's life, basically. So here's the twist that I'm actually going to throw in here, which is deep in the subconscious mind. And as I said, we all know this. Deep in the subconscious mind, we have our core beliefs. So we know what we have to do and we put the actions into place. But the conscious mind knows all this, but what is the subconscious mind actually still thinking? So this is where I want you to become aware of it. For an example, right? I'm going to use this as an example because what we need to do is just start thinking of our habits a little bit differently. If we come home late at night, right? I've got a dark room here. You come home late at night, we can't see. So what's the goal? Right? The goal is we need to see when we walk in the house. So what's the action and the steps we have to do? We have to unlock the door, probably with a light on your phone or something, and then you're going to actually turn the light on. End result is we can see. Yay, we can see, right? Simple. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So everything that we do has actions. If you want a cup of coffee, but you've got no milk, and the goal is you want a cup of coffee. You got no milk, can't have black. We're having milk, right, guys? Your actions is to actually go, okay, well, I've got to go to the shop. I've got to get in the car. I've got to go to the shop. I've got to buy milk. I've got to come back, make coffee. Great. Now I've got my end goal.
So even if you've got all the other ingredients to the coffee, but not milk, you can't have a coffee. At
Correct.
least not a good one.
See, that's right. Go and buy a caramel latte. It's much better.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that probably.
the point of it I'm making is subconsciously we take those steps to do those things. Stay with me. Subconsciously, you're going to go to the shops, get a carton of milk. Ladies, go have your hair done. Subconsciously, goal, you have to make the appointment. Actions, you got to get there. You have your hair done, come home looking absolutely amazing. End result. Everything we do in life has actions to get there. So what's your self-thought that stops you from getting there? This is the subconscious mind that we have to flip, and this is where the twist is coming. And I've totally not even read my sign there, so that's cool. I'm going to use the weight loss as an example, right? Remember the switching the light on. So till we lose weight, the intention is, right? This is our self-thought. I'm fat, I need to lose weight. The actions are, I'm going to start eating healthy, start exercising. The end result is maybe I'll lose some weight. Maybe I'll lose all the weight I want. But then what usually happens after that? Can anyone answer that question? Usually, what happens after that?
Yay, we reached our goal. We've lost weight. Let's go and celebrate with the Maccas.
Yeah. 90% of the 90% of the time, people will put weight back on again.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
Old habits.
Old habits.
Old habits, and it's actually written in the slide. What are you telling yourself?
I'm fat.
I'm fat. So the subconscious mind says, I'm fat. So it will then fall into those old habits of I'm fat. And you'll start building the habits of being a fat person again. No disgrace to larger people, because that is fine, but I'm just using this as an example. Same as in the business, right? What do successful people do? We want to be 10-star. Let's not just 10-star, right?
Actually, just say as no. I know for a fact that Des, although he's 100% male, he does identify as a millionaire already.
Absolutely. So this shows this is probably boring for you then, guys. As I said, bear with me, like my little bear back there. But I just wanted to, some people do need this. We've all probably been there. So what we need to start doing is thinking differently, but also building the habits, right? So, and I've done this in the last few weeks. I've actually really started to do this, and it does work. So, what is your goal? It's to become fit and lean, or to become successful in our business, right? So either way, it's just an example for the weight loss, because it's so easy to use as an example. The actions are here is what we need to stop saying we're fat, or we can't do this business, it doesn't work. I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I haven't got the right people to talk to. We need to stop that. And we need to go, don't even think of that. We need to actually start thinking, I'm fit and lean because I want to lose weight. So I'm already fit and lean. I'm already a millionaire, guys, like you already are, like we all are. What are the steps that a fit and lean person does? What are the steps that a, senior associate gold 10-star shareholder of the business, what steps do they take? What's the habits that they do every day? Now, these habits are not going to happen overnight. They're not going to happen over the week. This is a very long, patient time, but you have to change the mindset, stop the way we're thinking, self-talk, already think you're there, and ask yourself every morning, what are the habits or what are the steps that those people do to be there where they already are? So a fit, lean person would, do they set their alarm at 6 and then press snooze 10 times and get up at 7:30 and then just go to work? Or do they actually get up and do some exercise?
They probably don't even have that copper.
No, exactly. Right. I'm not even reading my slides.
I don't want to be
Or
stupid.
they have nuts and water. You know what I mean? So hopefully you're getting the gist of what I'm trying to say here.
I
So
think,
we need to start this building.
even though you've said a couple of times that, you guys probably have heard all this or you know all this already, it's the sort of thing that even if you've heard it 10 times, it's something you should revisit anyway, because it's all part of building a good habit is to listen to it multiple times, especially when you've had a bit of a negative day. You should watch or listen to something like this to balance out that negativity with some good positivity and get you back on track.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So we just thought we'd start off there. So yeah, that's the intention I wanted from this call, is basically just for you to take away, guys, your self-talk, what you say to yourselves, and to try and flip that and go, what would a fit, lean person do? Or what would a successful person do? And actually start to implement those habits daily. And over time, 3 to 4 months, be patient. You'll just start to subconsciously do those habits, like switching that light on so you can see, or going to have, get milk for the cuppa. Subconsciously, you will start to pick up those habits. And then subconsciously, you will start to see that's when things will start to change and success will start to really happen for you. I did it a few weeks ago. This last few months has been quite hectic for me. Some of you know why. And I was sitting here watching a movie the other night, and this is my personal experience. And I'm sitting there thinking, I need to get back into my business. I need to, start taking action. I need to start doing this. And then I found out about this for little philosophy, which I'm going to share on the next page, who wrote the book and where it actually come from. And if you want to get it, grab it. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, by the way, go me. I did just hit senior executive associate with 1 star. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what would that
And
success
I had to unmute myself so I could say yay.
Thank you. But what does a successful person do? What did I do to get there? What does the next step look like for me? What do I need to do? Should I be sitting here watching a movie, or should I be actually arranging with Les team meetings and getting the team on a call and motivating them and start leading them? See what I'm doing? See the actions I'm starting to
Thinking
take?
like that while you're watching a movie wrecks a good movie because you've got to turn it off.
It really
Go
does
and
wreck
do
a good
something
movie.
productive.
However, 1 night a week, I'm willing to jump on a call and lead my team, lead by example, as they say. But guys, that's all I wanted to.
I'm going to interrupt again.
Go
Just
for
watch
it.
the Wolf of Wall Street once a week, and the rest will write itself.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that is a great.
You're willing to jump on one Zoom a week with your team,
Yes.
and obviously the rest of us are willing to jump on that one Zoom a week as well.
That's it.
I put it to you. How many people are on the call? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5?
Yeah.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I bet you that everyone on this call hits higher ranks than everybody else in our chat group that's not on here.
Guarantee 100%.
We've recorded that, so it's out there.
I guarantee.
Stop interrupting.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, from me, that's all I wanted you guys to sort of just start to be aware of the habits that you are doing, all these steps. So you'll take notice towards the end. We didn't even sort of get to reach the end goal, because the end result, if you set your goal on where you'd like to be, and you start thinking, imagining that you're already there. So what steps do those successful people take? What steps do we have to take? And just start taking the steps, and the end result will just turn up.
Learn to enjoy the process.
Absolutely, Des. As I said, be patient.
Don't focus on the end result. That's something I've been guilty of.
Exactly. Don't focus on the end result, because that's where we usually fail, because the habits in between aren't set exactly.
And shiny objects don't go for new people, and not just new people, all of us. But especially when you're new to it and there's all these other opportunities that just come at you, and you're like, oh wow, geez, that's easy.
Yes.
And
we've already
got something special here. So
well, that's the other thing with this. I agree with you, Des, with this with this business and Plevo, and what this opportunity actually brings us. Look, it's already a win-win, to be honest. The challenging part is to bring, getting people to see that, basically, because even if you don't bring on a team, you're still going to win with the tokens and the credits that we have anyway.
That's right.
So
the way I look at it is, if even if you would just, make enough money to cover the amount you put back in, so you just break even. Not that that's anyone's goal around here, but we've done something good for the environment.
Exactly.
There's plenty of people that do more than that for the environment, and that they don't make any money out of it. So if we can't help the environment while making money, then we're not very good humans.
That's right. And not only that, we've collected some tokens. So in that 18-month period, we can sell them and make the money that way anyway, if that's what you want to do. So you've really got that money back anyway. I lost my train of thought there.
Win was your train of thought, I think.
Win, exactly. So it's not like, that's what I say, we've all been probably in network marketing companies together, quite a lot of us have together. It's not like there's a physical product where people will take for 3 or 4 months and then they go, I can't afford it, or I don't want it anymore, and they all fall off. This is not like this. This is just, like I say, we have our tokens. You can sell them later and get your money back anyway.
And we will see that with Plevo. We'll see people join, put in some money, purchase their P&P packages, and then they won't think about it for a while. Life will get in the way, whatever.
Yep.
And it might not be for another 18 months when they realise that they've got all these tokens that they can sell, that they go, oh, maybe I should have paid more attention to this because look how far ahead I am and I've done nothing.
Mm.
So we'll
Exactly.
see that. We'll see people come in and then get excited, jump in, and then sort of die off. But then they'll come back later, and they can do that because they haven't had to do anything. They haven't had to build a team. They haven't had to regularly put more money in or
Yeah.
anything like that. There's no commitments. So, down the track, we'll probably see waves of people like in 6 months and 12 months and then 18 months where they might have sort of faded into the background, but then they come back with a vengeance. I guarantee you we'll see that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as it is a win-win. If you haven't signed up a few people, don't get discouraged. Don't let that self-talk come in and go, oh, it's not working for us. Because it actually is, because once you get your tokens, you won anyway. So
Yep.
it's easier to have a much more firmer mindset with this business. Amazing. So that book also is, by the way, called Atomic Habits by James Clear. If anyone, I actually haven't read the full book. What I've done tonight, my son is reading it, and he just
Ooh.
told me that tiny little bit of an example of a light and how to actually change the habits. He told me that the other night, and I thought, what a brilliant thing. So I will accumulate this book and I will read it. So watch this space. There'll be more to come.
He's a clever little duck, though, so he'll probably drop a few more good nuggets for you to share.
He actually is a clever little duck, because I messaged him and he said, what other information do you need to know, Mum? Like, what else do you want? He's sending me pages of the book. I said, mate, I'm putting a presentation together in like an hour. No, not tonight. Later. We shall do that later. So
You were just talking before about self-doubt that creeps in because you haven't referred anyone and yourself and that. And a lot of that comes because, and I'm not knocking you, Jeanette, but people will look at you just advancing through the ranks and they'll go, oh, it's not working for me, I'll quit. That's comparing yourself to somebody that's not you.
hence, go back to the slide. How do you
and you
think
don't
about
know
it?
their story, like Jeanette's story. She's done network marketing stuff for decades now. I didn't mean to make you sound old, but you have. And somebody new comes in and tries to compare themselves to somebody that's been doing it for decades, and strangely enough, you won't quite match up. So you've got to be realistic with your goals and try and avoid comparing yourself to anybody, really. I mean,
Absolutely.
I always end up comparing it to my taekwondo that I do, because we get a lot of, I teach a lot of younger kids and that, and they try to get the idea across that it doesn't matter if somebody else is better than you, because there always will be someone better than you, as long as this time next month or this time next year you're personally better than you were before. That's all that matters. So as long as you're getting better, even if you're not seeing the huge results you're hoping for straight away, as long as you're doing the steps and marching forward and learning as you go, you're winning.
Absolutely. Personal best. PB. Most important.
That's it. Now I have to compare it to fishing.
Yeah. And not only that, I'm hitting ranks. As I said, I have used this philosophy in the last few weeks, not only for the business as well as personal and things like that, but my story, for those of you who don't know me, I joined a network marketing company back in 2008, 2009 now, where I actually met Marcus Schubert. It was the first company that we met each other, and we've been good friends and worked together on a few companies on and off since then. So I have been involved with network even before that, but really to get serious was back in 2009. So I have been, is that decades? It really is, isn't it? Jeez, anyway. But in that time, I had a severe accident where I nearly lost my left lower leg. So off a motorbike, my little knee's all titanium. So I had to fight for 2 years mentally to be able to walk again, learn how to walk again and recover and rehab. So I understand the mental strength it takes to be able to just get back to walking, which is absolutely huge. I then have raised 5 children on my own. And in that time, I've also built a little successful business of my own, not online. This is the added one. So I actually do about 4 jobs. So I do disability support work. I'm a remedial massage therapist that I do clients here at home and also work for a company in corporate massage. And now I've taken on Amplivo, which I'm loving because I'm back into the networking and I love it. So, I do know what it takes mentally to be able to get yourself back on top and get there. So I deserve, listen to myself talk, guys. I deserve all the success that's coming my way after all that. So that's a little bit of my background. So once again, you can do it. I believe anyone can do it. My circle of people I know are not millionaires and they're not huge big net worth marketers. So that also, impacts how we think as well too. So yeah, there's lots of aspects on what actually your mindset, how your mindset sits. So just be aware of what your self-talk is and how you think more than anything. That's what I wanted to bring to the table tonight, really, is just that awareness and building those good habits, already having in mind that you're successful or you're fit and lean where you want to be, and ask yourself every morning, what are the habits it takes to get there, and start building those habits into your daily life. And over time, with patience, subconsciously, it'll be like turning a light switch on and you'll just start to do them. And then that's when it'll automatically start to change. So I'm going to shush up now because I can talk forever and ever on this stuff. Does anybody else want to say anything? Les, you want to add? Anyone else want to?
I added as you went along. But if it's, when all the gold nuggets have finished dropping, I'll stop the recording then. Wow, I can hear crickets.
All the gold nuggets are probably dropped now, unless
That's
anyone
good. We
would
need
like
to
to
save
add.
gold nuggets for next week anyway.
Exactly. We'll add
Let's
on from
go.
here. This is just the beginning, just the beginning.